Thanks for staying with us. President Bola Tinubu has arrived in Rome, the capital of Italy, to join other world leaders at the solemn mass marking the beginning of the pontificate of His Holiness Pope Leo XVI. That's the 267th Bishop of Rome and the new leader of the Roman Catholic Church. The installation mass will take place tomorrow, that's May the 18th. President Tinubu was received at the Mario de Bernardo military airport by the ambassador, that's the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, and officials from Vatican City and the Nigerian embassy after the plane touchdown at 6 p.m. local time. President Tinubu is in Rome to honor the new Pope's invitation conveyed by Cardinal Pietro Parolin, the Vatican's Secretary of State. The papal invitation underscored the need for President Tinubu's physical presence at this moment of particular importance for the Catholic Church and the world afflicted by many tensions and conflict. We're still talking about Pope Leo XIV. The new leader of the Roman Catholic Church has held his first meeting with cardinals since his historic election and is warning that artificial intelligence is one of the greatest moral challenges of our time. The first American Pope, Leo, told the College of Cardinals that AI threatens human dignity, justice, and labor, echoing concerns often raised by his predecessor, Pope Francis. Pope Francis, who died last month, had called for an international treaty to regulate AI and warned of machines making life and death decisions. Later, Pope Leo made a surprise visit to a Marian shrine south of Rome, warmly greeting pilgrims and signaling continuity with church teachings on social justice. He adds that the church must now develop new moral frameworks to keep up with today's tech revolution. Well, let's bring in tech experts Jessica Ugwe, and she joins us from the United Kingdom. Thank you so much for joining us on the news this hour.
Sarah?
Well, when a global moral leader like the Pope calls AI one of humanity's biggest challenge, what kind of message does that send to the tech world?
Right. Thank you again, Sarah. I believe the Pope Leo XIV remarks are both, timely and profoundly very important. His identification of artificial intelligence as one of the greatest challenges for humanity definitely, signals a shift in how we view technology, not merely as a tool of convenience or of innovation, but as forces that can deeply shape our values, our societies, and even our sense of human identity as a whole. From a general, standpoint, I see AI as a double-edged sword. On one hand, it holds incredible potential, revolutionizing the healthcare system, access to education, and even improving efficiency in governance as a whole, and helping us solve, complex global problems like climate change. On the other hand, if not developed or deployed ethically, it can definitely reinforce inequality, automate bias, and even erode the essential human elements such as, empathy, accountability, and even our free will as humans. And I believe that artificial intelligence is one of the most transformative tools that humanity has ever created. It does hold immense power to change the way we view, the way we work, the way we even perceive reality as a whole. However, this power comes also at a profound, responsibility. And Pope Leo's, recent statement that AI is the main challenge for humanity isn't just philosophical. It reflects the very real ethical, societal, and even spiritual dilemmas that AI poses. And as we integrate AI deeper into, critical systems like the healthcare, security, finance, and even governance, we must balance, innovation with caution. We are no longer just building tools. We're actually shaping, human future. So we have to be very careful about that.
Well, what does that really tell us about where we are, as, humans? He had talked about human dignity and justice. What does that really tell us about where we are in this technological moment, and considering why he decided to put that at the heart of his, papal speech?
I think that the reason for this is basically a call for shared responsibility. The tech community, government, civil society, and yes, even faith leaders must come together to shape AI in such a way that, it serves the common good for people. In regions like Africa, where, data rights, digital inclusion, and even governance framework are still evolving, this conversation is very critical. Like, if we import systems designed without context, we do risk digital colonialism or even further marginalization. So I think that this is just a call for, responsibility across board, across, leadership and even people as a society as a whole.
Well, this is not the first time we've seen someone heading the Roman Catholic Church come out to speak to the tech world. We also heard Pope Francis also say that before he died. I just wanted you to speak to the fact that where do you think the world leaders, particularly the tech world, would listen to or see some of this innovation as real risk? And is this really a wake-up call for the tech sector to take on more ethics seriously? And then how symbolic do you think this speech is?
The Pope Leo's emphasis on I believe, underscores, well, from the church perspective, recognition of the profound ethical and society implication of, the emerging technologies, obviously. By identifying AI as a primary challenge, it's aligning the church mission with, contemporary issues that are affecting human dignity, justice, labor. And I believe that this move also, signals us to essentially understand the impact that this technology can be as a whole, and then further work towards ensuring that whatever technology or whatever way we're working on AI, we're ensuring that everybody is having that in mind. A key issue with AI as a whole is algorithm bias. So AI systems learn from data, and if that data reflects society inequalities, the system can reinforce and amplify them. AI can reinforce and amplify those issues. So, for example, even biases in like recruitment algorithms, racially skewed, biases, policing issues or tools, and even unfair lending decisions for people that are in the banking. So all of these things can be a consequence of poorly designed AI system. So I believe that for the tech leaders or people that are in tech as a whole, this is one thing, that we need to put in mind. Moving forward, we need to be clear that ethical standards and global frameworks are responsible for AI development. This means building systems that are explainable, accountable, and designed with fairness in mind. Just as we have rules for, medicine or transportation, we must also be developing enforceable guidelines for AI. Also, public education is key now from our perspective. People need to understand how AI affects their lives, from job applications, filtered by algorithms, to facial recognition used by authorities. Digital literacy needs to be a public good. Also, the collaboration between government, industries, and the civil society is essential. No single entity should control the future of AI as a whole. So together we can, co-create solutions that respect people's rights, support innovation, and ensure long-term sustainability. We must also, invest in secure, inclusive digital identity infrastructures as a tech community. This is a foundational layer for, verified identity, can help us control, AI-driven fraud and manipulation. And if we know who is behind the digital interaction, it's very easy. We can trust the information, and we can better manage, AI risks across society. So that's my perspective.
Well, tech expert Jessica Ugwe, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you, sir. Cheers.
The European Union and the government of Poland have